everyone, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel. This is the second video I'm filming in a row, days in a row, you know. As I mentioned in my last video that I'm doing this challenge, and one of my goals is to upload on YouTube a lot more and post on Instagram a lot more and do all this kind of stuff a lot more, which is what the challenge is all about. It's just creating habits that will help you improve your life. So this is my day one of the challenge when I'm filming this, and I have a few updates for you. I have one that I'm going to Oregon on this Saturday. I think I'm going to Oregon this Saturday. There's a very high chance because I went over the summer and I wanted to go back, so this is like the time that has worked, and I'll probably be up there for about 2 weeks, which is a long time. And I decided that I'm not going to be doing the challenge up there, and I'm going to do this week, take a 2-week break, but do it to the best of my abilities. So I'll be doing like the things I can do without having to stress myself out, because if I had to do the full challenge when I was up, while I'm up there, I would totally be stressed out, and that's not good for anybody. So anyways, the whole purpose of today's video is I'm going to be showing you guys my favorite art supplies and the art supplies I recommend for everybody. One thing to get out of the way, that this has not been like overnight. This has been over 2 years. Actually, it's probably been like 3 or 4 years of collecting art supplies. So I did not just wake up one morning and everything was in front of me. It's been multiple years of collecting and just like getting different things at different times. And if you're a beginning artist, I would definitely not worry about trying to get the best of the best. I would definitely I would definitely start by building up your skills, and then as you build up your skills, slowly implement better art supplies. I literally started off with like pencil and paper and worked my way up to a sketchbook, and then my grandma got me paints because she's a painter, so she got me paints, and I started off with like a small tiny little set, and then I worked my way up to bigger sets, and then I got a lot of stuff for Christmas and my birthday. Anyways, we're just gonna get into this video. So I think I'm gonna start off with the obvious one that if you've seen any video on my channel, my Copic markers. I use my Copic markers all the time. I have this case that holds 72, and then this case that holds 60, but it's not completely filled up yet. It just has some of my Copic Chow markers that are kind of like overflow. They used to all fit in here, and then I've gotten more Copic markers. This has been over a year of collecting Copic markers. I originally started off with 6. So I originally started off with these 6 colors. Well, not the start of quarantine. We were about a month, I would say, into quarantine, and I decided I was gonna buy a set of Copic Chow markers, which are all of these, minus this one, because this one came with some other markers that I bought. Because I had some leftover Christmas money, so I decided to buy markers. It was either going to be Copic markers or the Who set of brush markers. I didn't acquire all of these Copic markers overnight, and I actually bought a lot of them with my own money. But I have been very lucky to have a mom who knows what it's like to be a collector. She's a collector, and it's not tipped over. So like she knows how I want every one of them. But yeah, those are my Copic markers, and those are the first art supply that I would like. I have a hard time recommending Copic markers because they are $5 to $8 per marker, but like, I mean, they're that way for a reason. Okay, I just had to raise my tripod to actually be able to fit some of it in. My next art supplies that I use the most are my Who markers. They go right along with my Copic markers, and I use them interchangeably, and I use them both at the same time when I'm doing my marker illustrations. Yeah, so I was lucky enough to get the 120 brush set. I would definitely recommend Who markers for someone who is a beginner and doesn't know if they like markers, that wants to try markers, because the good thing about Who is that they sell smaller sets, so like they smell. Yeah, they smell. They sell a 48 set, they sell a 72 set, and then like 120. I would definitely recommend Ohu markers. Okay, so we're gonna move on to some pens. So this is like my most used pen jar. So the first one that I really like is Copic multi-liners. Like, I mean, obviously they go really good with Copic markers and any alcohol-based marker. I got a 4 set that has a 0.1, a 0.3, I think a 0.03 and a 0.05, but my favorite among like the board would be a 0.1. I really like 0.1, the set in black. And then I also got a wine multi-liner. So I also have some Faber-Castell pens, which these ones are a little bit bigger. So I have like a 0.7, and then there's a 0.3 in there, a 0.1, and I think this one's a 0.5. Yes. So I really enjoyed these as well. I feel like I had a tiny bit more bleeding with the Faber-Castell one, but that also might have been my fault because I am very impatient. Also, my favorite pen to write with are the Micron PNs, which I don't know what PN stands for, but it is so nice. It's like a little plastic nib. I think so. But it writes so smoothly, and I write like all my notes in the pen. I love it. And I got it in, this is a burgundy color. So I got this when I was in Idaho. I also have it in sepia somewhere. So I have it in 3 colors right now, but I'm planning on getting it in more. I have a sepia set in microns, so I have like a bunch of different sizes. But again, the one I use most is 0.1, which I also have in 3 other colors. I have it in blue. I think they call this one rose, and this one is brown. So I have it in these colors. I also have it in black. So those are like my favorite fine lining pens. I have this set of 48 Arteza fine liners, which look like these. They're 0.4, which I got these about a year ago, and I love writing with them. I do a lot of story work with these, which these two I even use for like to keep track of like my color schemes. So like this one is for Ohu markers and this one's for Copic markers, just to make it easier on my brain. I really like these pens, and I would definitely recommend them because, again, Arteza is a really good brand, and they have a lot of coupons that you can apply on Amazon, so you can get them. Some more pens. I use a lot of pens. These are my favorite pens. They are the big round stick pens. This one's a big round stick grip because it has like a little grippy thing, but I draw and I write and do a lot of things with these pens because I kind of bought a lot. I bought probably too many. I don't know if pens can go bad, but let's hope not, because I bought so many. Because they were like, you can get like a pack of like 10 or something for like $1 when it was back to school time, so I just went ham and bought a bunch of them. I use blue probably the most, and then like if I like the sketch, I'll go over it with black, and then I'll color like certain parts of the sketch with the red. But yeah, I definitely recommend getting some like pens like this, which it doesn't have to be these, it could be literally any other pen, just to do like warm-up sketches and do loose sketches to not be so stiff. But you can also do some really cool things with these. I've seen a lot of cool pen sketches and pen stuff. So now we're gonna move on to some other stuff that I use a lot. Here, I'll start with this pen. This is the Pilot G2 pen. It's my favorite like black pen to sketch with. I don't do as much sketching with this pen as I used to do, but I still love it, and I think it's a really good pen. It's very pigmented, And if you wanted to, you could also use it as a fine liner and line your drawings with this before like markers. You just have to wait a really long time, which I don't have the patience for that. I also have 3 white gel pens that I like to use. So this is the Uniball Signo white gel pen. Oh, this one's almost empty. I don't know like what size nib this is, but just like the standard one you can get off of Amazon. Came in a set of 2, so I still have another one, which is good. And then I also use jelly rolls. I have a 0.5 and a 0.8. So the 0.5 for me is newly acquired, which I haven't even really used it so far because I like just got it recently. But I have a whole set of 0.8s that I got on Amazon. This one's all 30 because it has been in a bag, or this one has been in a bag with a kneaded eraser, which does that a lot. So my favorite pens to sketch with are Prismacolor Kohl Erase pencils, which are really nice because it's like the same effect of drawing with a colored pencil, but you can erase it really easily. Well, like, I mean, these don't have the best erasability, I should say, and it definitely doesn't erase as easily as a pencil, but it still is really cool. And I love using the pink one and the rose and then just directly coloring with markers over it, which is another thing you can do with these, because Copics and alcohol-based markers in general do not really like graphite and don't mix well, but with these, in like any color, but pink works the best for like skin tone, they markers like this, and it just kind of like blends out, which is really nice. And then you can do line art on top of that if that's how you prefer to do things. And then last, we have some sketching pencils, actually. So these are my pencils that I sketch with. So I'm going to start off with this one, because this one is a Graph Gear 500.5 by Pentel, which I also have red and blue lead to go with. So like, again, it's kind of like the effect of drawing with a Kohl Erase pencil, but it's just in like my favorite mechanical pencil. Like, I really like the weightedness of this, and it's like, yeah. And jumping off, I have the Graph Gear 500 again, but in a 0.3, so it is very, okay, I just broke the lid. It is very tiny. And I bought 2 lead refills, which I'm so glad, because this lead breaks so easily because it is so thin. It breaks so often when I'm sketching. I have to be very careful, but I love this pencil so much. Another pencil that I really like sketching with are Derwent pencils. I think I have like 4H or 5H all the way up to 8B. So I have a pretty wide collection of these. I have a lot of them because I use them so much. Well, I used to use them a lot more. I don't use them so much anymore just because I like mechanical pencils, because then I don't have to carry around a sharpener. But I still really like these pencils. My favorite is actually the 2B, which is the 4B, but I didn't feel like finding it. But yeah. And then lastly, my favorite pencil to sketch with is the Bic 0.7 millimeter lid. There's that. So now I'm going to go into erasers that I like. So first of all, we have my kneaded eraser. This is a Faber-Castell one, because I remember I either buy Faber-Castell, oopsies, ones, or the brand General, which I can't remember. I think these are both Faber-Castell. But yeah, I buy a lot of kneaded erasers because I really like kneaded erasers. I would definitely recommend the Faber-Castell one. Speaking of, I also got a red one, which I really love because it's very squishy, but I'm scared to use this one because, like, I mean, it's red and it's so pretty. I definitely would recommend having kneaded erasers, at least one, but I definitely recommend kneaded erasers, because then if you are drawing and you just want to, did I just break it? If you like are drawing and want to erase something very lightly, so you don't want to like erase it all the way, you can do it with that. And then if you're like, if you go over the drawing and you just want to lighten it before you do like line art or whatever, these are very good for that, and that's what I use them for. If you're looking for like my favorite heavy duty erasers, are General's tri-tip erasers, which, like, I mean, all of the erasers are pretty much act the same. Is this a General's one? I'm pretty sure this is a General's one. But yeah, this one I think is like the egg or something. I don't know. But I really like these erasers. But right now, where is it? I don't know where it is. Oh, it's in my little thing. Duh. One is an eraser that came with a set of Faber-Castell pencils. So I've been using this one, but I do love these ones. For the final section of this video, I'm going to be doing paper. So this paper right here is Strathmore Toned Blue mixed media paper, which I've only really used once. But I really like it because it is so thick. It is 184-pound paper, so yeah. I definitely will be using this more throughout Inktober because I think it looks nice. So this is my marker paper that I use. It's the Winsor & Newton bleed proof paper. Hello. It is 20 pound, which, like, I mean, sounds pretty like light, but of course it has a special coating on the other side so your markers don't bleed through. And I love this paper. Definitely recommend this. It was like $12, I think, on Amazon. But also, I don't have my current sketchbook up here. But this is the ELO sketchbook. I love this sketchbook. There's definitely mixed reviews online about this sketchbook. I like it for markers. A lot of people don't. That's just kind of up to you. But I personally really like it. I think it works great. I like the look of it. And yeah, obviously this bleeds through to the other side, but that's with most papers except marker paper or specific marker paper like this one. That is basically all for this video. I hope this was helpful. I don't know if it was helpful or if it just made people more confused, but I hope it was helpful because yeah, these are just all the things that I love. And again, oh my gosh, the art supplies don't make the artist. Like, I mean, the art supplies, having better art supplies might help you make better looking art, but if the skill is not there, the art supplies really don't matter. So it's really all about skill more than what you have, because I've seen some amazing things done with like Crayola colored pencils and Crayola markers and all like the cheap art supplies. So really, you do not need expensive art supplies to make a good art. With that being said, if you want more expensive art supplies, then you do you. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I look forward to making more videos soon. So bye. I hope you guys all have a good day and stay safe.